I am beautiful if I buy the new CoverGirl Lash Exact Mascara and the Oil with Olay Pore Cleansing Strips. I am beautiful if I buy those silver jeans, Coach handbag, and newest style of Manelli shoes. I know I'm loved if you drop money on that rose bouquet and Ghirardelli chocolates. I know you love me more if you buy me that Tiffany pendant and a diamond for our anniversary. So now I know that I must pay to be beautiful, and only the beautiful are loved. Listen to what Lovely says. Only money buys love. Passion is not the dregs of white clinging to the starry sky. It is not rest, not my lover nor my enemy. Calling it a friend might be a lie. Life, it's fire forcing me to fly, a flailing bird, trying to get some footing before it eats me alive. Birds the wings, not heard cry. Running fast, heart races, feathers beat. Fear pistons my chest, of blazing into the night blue without a trace. Combustion from too much. I can't see, my beak's no clue. I look up, the only place I can, and I search for a sign. Light comes, inspire. So at last I fly, dousing out the fire. So I just had a trip to India the last month over winter break, and I was a little bit struck by some things, which will come out in the next poetry. So a lot of this is very much about my own experience dealing with marriage, daughters, mothers, that kind of thing. This one's called Indian Markings. Watching the red paint drip from my feet onto the paper. Caressing, staining the canvas, marking the path of walking and blood-stained institutions that capture the woman forever as man's. Feet as property of the paper, lest she run away or commit suicide. Arranged marriage. And this is actually based on a Hindu marriage trend where when a woman gets married, she stamps her feet, usually with henna or something else, onto paper. And the original purpose was to ensure that if she ran away, they could catch her. And for me, it was really striking to find out, actually, when I went to India, that someone in my family committed suicide after having an arranged marriage. So actually, on a nicer note, this one's called Mothers and Daughters. A daughter. She watches her mother slave and toil away in front of the burning embers of the gas-fired stove and forgotten love. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4. Onions, amchur, haldi, and mirch all go into this pot for some masala concoction. She traveled over 1,000 seas to end up in a kitchen cooking for a man that has forgotten about her needs and wants. Her passions as a 20-year-old woman, both a mother and a wife too soon. Some forgotten innocence and childhood stuck in this miserable smoke forever. Herself at age 19. She refuses to cook for fear that one day a man will steal her soul and make her his slave in his stove's home. That she will lose her rebellious spirit and end up like a dirty black kettle on the pantry shelf. What she forgets to see is the colors of the mirch masala red, the yellow turmeric staining her fingernails, and the bitter green okra that brings it all together. Just like an Indian Christmas, served with meticulous devotion, from the woman who left behind her only family in hopes that one day her daughters could have families of their own, with husbands born of the same masala mix, some American-bought ingredients with Indian spirit. At age 20, she stares at the shining kettle and sees a palette of possibilities. The Chinese tofu steeped in an aromatic green tea, the sunny speckled mango from the Mexican market, and the suave Italian pasta bought from the local grocery store. Onions, amchur, haldi, and mirch all go into this pot for some masala concoction. She traveled over 1,000 seas to end up in a kitchen cooking for a man that has fulfilled all of her deepest desires. This once, she sees the stove as the bearer of a flame of the passions of a 20-year-old woman. So I've lived in quite a few different places, and when I was in Colombia, I really got to know the painter Botero, and he loves to paint women, like voluptuous women, and one of his favorite subjects are prostitutes who are marked by a mole on their butt cheek. So this might be a little bit too much information, and I can't believe I'm actually sharing this, but I was looking at myself in the mirror and I realized I had one of these moles. So this is actually inspired by a painting called Mujer delante de una ventana, so a woman in front of a window, and it just sort of talks about what a prostitute might be saying to other people. Here it goes. Waiting for the lovers, I lean into the thick Candelaria sky. The chimba breeze blows into my nostrils and then puffs out. I created my own haven. Finally, the poor's independence is won. No longer must I live to serve you, a drunken calling Lord. I now let a locked door decide who I keep in and what I throw out. There may walk in many more lovers, but this time you shall taste the truth. Does my pure brown skin fulfill your acquired machista desires? Or maybe, upon a closer glance, the mole I bear reveals the fault of another. You're not man enough to keep your own woman, or maybe you're too coarse for just one. So this is the last one. It deals with coffee. Since we're in Andersonville, I don't know, I felt like this would work. So it starts, coffee, buzz. Sweet bitterness plays with nostrils tendrils seeping in slowly. Tone, nut, paper, plastic, cream with sugar in a porcelain cup. Buzz, now move, spin around, how many shots of espresso? These little beads hold caffeine that will shake you up and pulse more the beat of your heart. No worries, it doesn't last forever. Charged batteries excite cells each beat embraces. Friends meet, greet, and split their coffee dates. Adrenaline rushes into the head as if on a first date, holding on to the fear of future nothings. Coffee united, straight from the country of Colombia, Ceylon, Vietnam, roasted, toasted to perfection, the slaves. Oops, I meant plantation workers toiling in hot drop fields. Sheds stacked with luxury cots, hundreds lined up to pick and bake those magic beans, the wish for better lives deep in the souls of the pickaxe and plow, in of the great black fields. Praying escape from time-worn lands and sunburned hands into victory, seeking refuge from cocaine and guns and beatings of the sun's harsh glare. Profound thought. The scent, the aroma, is supposed to whisk me to Java. But instead, I sit, head hurt, beans bad, startled by my own poor taste. I give up, and I sip.